My brother Marcus looked at my daughter Emma and said those words with a smirk on his face. The words hung in the air like poison. Emma's small hand tightened around mine. She had been so excited about spending the weekend at the beach, talking about building sandcastles for weeks. She'd even packed her favorite bucket and shovel days in advance, asking me every morning if it was time to go yet. "Your child has no place at the beach house," Marcus repeated, louder this time, making sure everyone in the room could hear him clearly. He giggled, that same irritating sound he'd made since we were kids when he thought he'd won something. "This is a family vacation. Real family only." Emma went completely silent. Her big brown eyes started to water, but she tried to hold it back. She looked up at me, confused about why her uncle would say something so cruel. My mother stood in the kitchen doorway, pretending to be busy with her phone. My sister Jennifer sat on the couch, suddenly very interested in her wine glass. Marcus's wife nodded in agreement, adding fuel to the fire. "She's adopted, right?" Marcus continued. "So technically she's not really part of the bloodline. The beach house has always been for blood relatives only." I felt Emma's hand trembling in mine. She was trying so hard not to cry in front of everyone. That's when something inside me shifted. Not anger. Just clarity. "No beach house then," I said calmly. "I'll cancel everything." Marcus froze mid-laugh. His smile got stuck on his face like someone had pressed pause. My mother's head snapped up from her phone. "Are you serious?" she whispered. I smiled and didn't say anything. I pulled out my phone and started typing. "Wait, what do you mean cancel?" Jennifer finally spoke up, her wine glass forgotten. "The reservations," I said simply. "The whole weekend. Consider it cancelled." Marcus recovered his composure and laughed again, but it sounded forced this time. "You can't cancel our family vacation. Stop being dramatic." "Watch me," I said. I picked up Emma and headed toward the door. "Hold on," my mother called out. "Let's not be hasty. Marcus was just joking around." "It didn't sound like a joke to Emma," I said. "And I don't think children should be the target of adult cruelty, joke or not." Marcus rolled his eyes. "Oh please. You're really going to make a scene because I stated a fact? The beach house belongs to the family. Real family." "You're absolutely right," I agreed. "It does belong to family." Something in my tone made Jennifer sit up straighter. Marcus's wife whispered something to him, but he brushed her off. "So you understand then," Marcus said. "The beach house is for us. You can still come, obviously. Just maybe find somewhere else for the kid to stay during our vacation." Emma buried her face in my shoulder. I could feel her tears soaking through my shirt. "I understand perfectly," I said. "I'll make the calls right now." My mother stepped closer. "Sweetheart, maybe we should all calm down and discuss this like adults." "There's nothing to discuss, Mom." Marcus made his position clear. "Emma isn't welcome. So nobody's welcome." "That's not what he meant," Jennifer tried to mediate. "He just thinks maybe Emma would be more comfortable somewhere with other kids. You know how boring the beach house can be for children." "She seemed pretty excited about it until 5 minutes ago," I said. Marcus checked his watch dramatically. "Look, I don't have time for this emotional manipulation. We're supposed to leave tomorrow morning. I've already taken time off work. The kids are packed. You're not going to ruin this family vacation because your feelings got hurt." "My feelings are fine," I said. "But the vacation is definitely cancelled." "You can't just cancel it," Marcus insisted. "Who do you think you are?" I didn't answer. Instead, I sent the first message on my phone. Within 30 seconds my phone rang. I answered it on speaker. "Ms. Peterson, this is Thomas from Coastal Property Management," the voice said. "I just received your message about the reservation. You want to cancel the entire booking for this weekend." "That's correct, Thomas," I said calmly. "Cancel the entire booking effective immediately. All access codes should be deactivated immediately. Tonight, actually." The room went very quiet. Marcus's mouth opened slightly. Jennifer set down her wine glass with a shaky hand. "But ma'am, your family has been planning this trip for months," Thomas said, his voice concerned. "The property has been blocked off specifically for your guests." "Are you absolutely certain about this decision?" "Completely sure. Deactivate all access codes by tonight. Nobody enters the property this weekend." "Understood. I'll process the cancellation right away." The security system will be updated within the hour. I hung up. Marcus stared at me. What was that? The cancellation you didn't think I could make, I said. Wait, Jennifer said slowly. Coastal Property Management. That's the company that manages the beach house. Yes, I confirmed. My mother's face had gone pale. How do you have their number? I have all their numbers, Mom. Direct lines, actually. Marcus shook his head. This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying you called the management company? So what? They don't take orders from you. Actually, they do, I said. They take orders exclusively from me. The silence in the room was profound. What are you talking about? Marcus demanded. I shifted Emma to my other hip. She had stopped crying and was watching the adults with confused interest. The beach house, I said simply. I own it. Jennifer's wine glass slipped from her hand, splashing red wine across the cream carpet. Nobody moved to clean it up. That's impossible, Marcus said. Grandpa left the beach house to all of us. It's been in the family for 40 years. Grandpa left the beach house to me, I corrected. Specifically, 10 years ago. My mother sank into the nearest chair. But we've been using it every summer. We thought it was still in the family trust. It is in the family, I said. My family. I've been letting everyone use it because I thought we were all family. Apparently, I was wrong about who counts as family. Marcus's face turned an interesting shade of red. You're lying. Grandpa would never leave the entire property to just one person. He left it to the grandchild who actually visited him every week for the last 5 years of his life, I said. The one who drove him to doctor's appointments, organized his medications and made sure he wasn't lonely. That was me, Marcus. You visited him twice in those 5 years. This is insane, Jennifer said. Why didn't you tell us? I did tell you. 10 years ago, right after Grandpa's will was read. You said congratulations and then asked if you could still use the house for your anniversary. I said yes. I've been saying yes ever since. My phone buzzed with a confirmation text from Thomas. The cancellation was complete. So every summer, Marcus said slowly, every holiday weekend, every family gathering at the beach house, you owned it? Every single one, I confirmed. And you never mentioned it, he said. I mentioned it once. You forgot. Everyone forgot. Because it didn't matter to you who owned it as long as you had access. Marcus's wife grabbed her purse. We should go. Don't bother, I said. I'm leaving. Emma and I have a beach house to visit. Alone. Now wait just a minute, my mother said. Let's not be rash. Marcus made a mistake. He didn't mean what he said. He meant every word, Mom. And that's fine. He's entitled to his opinion about who counts as real family. But he's not entitled to my property. Jennifer stood up. Come on, this is crazy. You're going to cut off the entire family because Marcus said something stupid. I'm not cutting off anyone, I said. I'm simply withdrawing an invitation that was made very clear it wasn't wanted. Marcus said Emma has no place at the beach house. He was very specific about bloodlines and real family. I'm just honoring his wishes. By banning all of us? Jennifer demanded. By taking my daughter somewhere she's actually welcome, I said. You're all welcome to find your own beach house. I hear there are some nice rentals available. Expensive, especially this close to summer, but available. Marcus finally found his voice again. You can't do this over one comment. Watch me, I said. I headed to the door with Emma. Wait, my mother called. Please. Let's talk about this. I turned back. There's nothing to talk about, Mom. For 10 years I've shared my property with this family free of charge. I never asked for maintenance contributions, never charged for utilities, never limited your access. The only thing I ever asked was that we treat each other with respect and kindness. We do, my mother protested. Really? Because your son just told my daughter she doesn't belong in our family in front of everyone. And nobody said a word to defend her. Nobody told him he was wrong. You all just sat there. The truth of that statement hung in the air. Emma whispered in my ear, Can we still go to the beach, Mommy? Absolutely, baby, I said loudly enough for everyone to hear. We're going right now. Just us. My phone buzzed again. Another message from Thomas. Security codes updated. New codes sent to your private email. Have a wonderful weekend, Miss Peterson. The codes are changed, I announced. If anyone shows up at the beach house this weekend, the police will be called for trespassing. Thomas is very good at his job. Marcus slumped onto the couch, his earlier confidence completely gone. This is unbelievable. What's unbelievable is that you thought you could insult a 6-year-old child and still expect to enjoy her mother's property, I said. Jennifer's phone rang. She looked at the screen and then at me with wide eyes. It's my husband. He just got to the beach house with the kids. The codes aren't working. They won't work, I confirmed. Not this weekend. Not next weekend. Not until I decide otherwise. You're really doing this, my mother said softly. I really am, I agreed. Emma and I are going to have a wonderful weekend at the beach. Building sandcastles, collecting shells, maybe having ice cream for breakfast. You know, enjoying family time. I opened the door. Emma waved shyly at everyone over my shoulder. Nobody waved back. They were all too shocked. One more thing, I said before leaving. The beach house isn't just for this weekend. It's mine year-round. Every holiday, every summer, every long weekend. I've been generous with access because I loved having family there. Past tense. Marcus stood up. How long are you going to punish us for this? I'm not punishing anyone, I said. I'm just being clear about boundaries. Emma isn't welcome? Fine. Then nobody's welcome. It's really that simple. So we're just banned forever? Jennifer asked. Forever is a long time, I said. Let's start with indefinitely and see how that goes. I closed the door behind me and walked to my car with Emma. She was quiet until we were buckled in. Mommy, do you really own the beach house? She asked. I really do, sweetheart. And Uncle Marcus didn't know? He forgot. A lot of people forgot. Are they mad at us? They're not mad at you, baby. They're mad at themselves. As we drove away, my phone started buzzing with calls and texts. Marcus, Jennifer, my mother, even my father, who'd been conveniently absent during the whole scene. I let them all go to voicemail. Emma looked out the window at the passing scenery. Are we still going to the beach house? We absolutely are, I promised. Just us. Just us. Is that okay? She thought about it for a moment, then smiled. That sounds perfect, Mommy. And it was. We spent the entire weekend at the beach house. Emma built the biggest sandcastle she'd ever made. We had ice cream for breakfast on Saturday. We watched the sunset from the deck both nights. We collected so many shells that we had to find an extra bag for the drive home. My phone kept buzzing the entire weekend. Messages from Marcus apologizing, texts from Jennifer trying to mediate, voicemails from my mother asking me to reconsider. Even Marcus's wife sent a long message about family forgiveness. I responded to none of them. On Sunday night, as I tucked Emma into bed in one of the beach house bedrooms, she looked up at me with sleepy eyes. This was the best weekend ever, she said. It really was, I agreed. Are we real family, Mommy? My heart broke a little. We are the realest family there is, baby. Don't ever doubt that. Even though I'm adopted? Especially because you're adopted. That means I chose you. I wanted you so much that I went out and found you. That's pretty special. She smiled and closed her eyes. I love you, Mommy. I love you too, sweetheart. So much. As I watched her fall asleep, I thought about Marcus's words. About bloodlines and real family, about who belongs and who doesn't. Then I thought about the beach house, sitting empty most of the year while I let my family use it whenever they wanted. About all the times I'd said yes without hesitation. About how I'd never mentioned ownership because it felt petty to remind them. But here's what Marcus and the rest of them forgot. Respect isn't about blood. It's about how you treat people. And if you can't treat a 6-year-old child with basic kindness, you don't deserve the privileges that come with being family. My phone buzzed one more time. A text from my father. Your mother told me what happened. We need to talk. I typed back a simple response. No, we don't. The beach house is closed to family events indefinitely. That's all there is to say. Then I turned off my phone and went to sleep in my own house, next to my daughter, listening to the waves crash outside our window. It was just the beginning, Marcus had said with his laughter. He was right about that. It was just the beginning of Emma and me having the beach house all to ourselves. And that suited us just fine.